Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Monica, and for today's video, I want to talk about all of the books that are going to be released in the month of April that I want to add onto my list. So I'm very excited about this because there's 9 books that I would love to get my hands on. So I have only 2 genres though. I have a couple of contemporary romances in there, and I have a historical thriller, and the rest are thrillers. But nonetheless, I'm super excited and I can't wait to share them with you. For this video, I decided that the best way to do this is for me to not only include the image of the book here, but I also wanted to read a little blurb about it, give you some detail on what the book is about and when it's going to be released. But I will be using my iPad for this. I just found that this is probably the easiest way for me to film this video. The first book that I want to talk about is no other than The Happy Place by Emily Henry. And Emily Henry has been one of my favorite romance authors so far. I will read anything and everything that she releases moving forward. I've read Book Lovers, I've read Beach Read, I've read People We Meet on Vacation. I just love her books so much. This one is a contemporary romance and it's going to be released April 25th. A couple who broke up months ago make a pact to pretend to still be together for their annual week-long vacation with their best friends. I'm so excited to read this book, you guys. Like, it's got the summery vibes. It's a very beautiful cover. The next book is Truly Yours by Abby Jimenez. This one is going to be released April 11th, and this one's also a contemporary romance. A novel of terrible first impressions, hilarious second chances, and the joy in finding your perfect match. I mean, that's all I need to know to read this book. I did read Abby Jimenez's Part of Your World, and it was my first Abby Jimenez book, and I completely loved that book so much, so I just can't wait to read this one. The next book I want to read is The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. This one also releases on April 11th, and this one is considered a steamy contemporary romance, and I'm excited because I love steamy books. This one's about a woman who discovers the father of the child she is nannying may be her biggest and only fan. I'm so excited to read this book because it has forced proximity. I read the synopsis. It does explain that she ends up moving in with the single dad and his daughter. It says that there's a lot of tension and a lot of heat happening between the both of them, so I'm just very thrilled to read about that. The next book is part of a series, and that is no other than King of Pride by Huang. Now, I do have the first book in the series, which is King of Wrath, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm super excited. This is part of the Kings of Sin series, and so far there's going to be a 3rd book coming out soon. I don't know if there's going to be a 4th book, but I love Anna Hung's writing so much. I will read anything. After reading the Twisted series, I will read anything from her, and I'm excited because the first book, King of Wrath, follows a character in the Twisted series. I'm very intrigued to read about him. The second book in this series that's coming out April 27th is King of Pride, and it's described as she's his opposite in every way and the greatest temptation he's ever known. A steamy opposites attract forbidden billionaire romance. That is so exciting for me because I love reading about billionaire romances. I love forbidden love. And it's also described as very steamy. Anna Hung does not disappoint. All of her books so far that I've read are super steamy. They just keep getting better and better. So I'm super excited to read this book, you guys. Now I'm going to be moving into thriller mystery books. And the first book that I want to talk about is The Homecoming by Kate Morton. And this one is going to be released April 13th. This one is considered a historical fiction mystery thriller, but to me, the little blurb that I read was so intriguing that I'm just super excited to read about. Adelaide Hills, Christmas Eve, 1959. At the end of a scorching hot day beside a creek on the grounds of the grand and mysterious mansion, a local delivery man makes a terrible discovery. A police investigation is called, and the small town of Tambela becomes embroiled in one of the most shocking and perplexing murder cases in the history of South Australia. First of all, the murder is discovered on the grounds near a creek, a mysterious mansion. Anything mansion-wise, I love to read about. Any murder mystery or thriller that takes place around a creek, the woods, in a mansion, around a mansion, I'm all there for it. Not only that, it also takes place in South Australia. I'm super excited because that is very unique. I've never read any thriller that takes place in South Australia, and I bet you once the audio version of this book comes out, and I'm hoping that there's going to be a full cast of characters with all their accents, and it's going to be so much more enjoyable for me to read it that way. I just can't wait. The next two books I already physically own thanks to Book of the Month. They were released April 4th and April 11th, and the first book I want to talk about is The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. And this one says, a thrilling, addictive novel about marriage, betrayal, and the secrets that push us to the edge. A couple, Gabe and Pippa, live on a sleepy coastal cottage on the edge of a cliff known where people go to end their lives. Night after night, Gabe comes to their rescue, except for the last victim that ends up jumping, and Pippa can't help but question this. We have this incredible atmosphere. They live on a coastal, cozy cottage that is located at the edge of this cliff that is famous for people jumping and ending their lives there. Well, Pippa's husband, Gabe, decides that his purpose is to help these people and prevent them from jumping. However, one day this woman jumps and he does not stop her. And Pippa can't help but to question her perfect marriage, her perfect husband, her perfect life. What lies is he hiding? So I'm super excited. This also screams summer, spring, anything on an island or on a coast, anything that has this kind of vibes to it. I am all about it. I'm very excited to read it. The next one is The Only Survivors by Miranda, and this one's going to be released April 11th. I mean, look at this cover, you guys. Again, beach house in a beachy town. How beautiful is this? The colors of this cover are just so amazing. This one's also a thriller. A mystery about a group of former classmates who reunite to mark the 10th anniversary of a tragic accident, only to have one of the survivors disappear, casting fear and suspicion on the original tragedy. So, I'm very excited. It looks like lies are going to be discovered. It looks like hidden secrets are going to be revealed. I'm very excited to read this, you guys. I am all about this cover and all about the story, so I'm super excited. So the next book on my list is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. Now, Taylor Adams wrote No Exit, and last year I read that book and I gave it a 5-star. That book was so good, so angsty, so suspenseful, so mysterious. It literally left me on the edge of my seat in every single chapter. It was captivating. It was interesting. I was never bored. I love that book so much. I can rant about it all day long. They did adapt it into a movie, which was a little lame. Not as good as the book, obviously, and I was very disappointed. Nonetheless, after reading No Exit, I will read anything Taylor Adams writes, honestly. This one's also a thriller. It's going to be released April 25th. I'm super excited about it. After posting a negative book review, a woman living in a remote location begins to wonder if the author is a little touchy or very, very dangerous in this pulse-pounding novel of psychological suspense and terror. First of all, I love books that are about authors, writers, publishers, editing houses, anything that has to do with any of those. To me, I am sold. I love books about that stuff. Not only that, though, it is psychological and it's described as terror. I'm all about it. Doesn't the little blurb sound so interesting to you? Basically, a woman gives a bad review on this book and the author becomes very dangerous and creepy and probably stalks her, and I am all for it. And she's also living in a remote area, so I am so excited because I feel like this book is gonna keep me on the edge of my seat, and I feel like it's gonna be a fun ride. The last book on my list is You Shouldn't Have Come Here, and this one's by Jeneva Rose, and it's going to be released on April 25th. Again, mysterious, secluded area. This one's about Grace Evans, an overworked New Yorker looking for a total escape from her busy life. Books an Airbnb on a ranch in the middle of Wyoming. When she arrives, she's pleasantly surprised to find that the owner is a handsome man by the name of Calvin Wells. But there are things Grace discovers that she's not too pleased about. A lack of cell phone service, a missing woman, and a feeling that something isn't right with the town. Oh my gosh, so does that mean that there's something going on with the town and the owner of the Airbnb? Like, I don't know, but I'm super, super excited about this. It also sounds like there's going to be a little bit of a romance incorporated in there. Who knows? I'm super, super excited for it. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. I'm thinking of doing these monthly because this was so much fun. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!